Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's baseball game here at the beautiful Gibson Field on the campus of Hudson High School here in Hudson, Texas, for tonight's baseball game between our Hudson Hornets and the visiting Bullard Bulldogs. I believe they are.
I think it's
Panthers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes,
I knew it was some kind of animal. I got it halfway right. But they're introducing the starting lineups right now, and I'm joined by Courtney. You've been watching them all year. This is, like I said, my second game to watch this year, and the second game probably in the last 4 years. What have you seen out of Hudson so far this year going into this non-district game that stands out to you?
Well, this Hudson team, they're very disciplined, and when they play discipline and they play without committing errors, and they play behind their stout pitcher and Hank Warren, who is starting tonight, they're a really good team, and they can put up a lot of points. But they're going up against a great competition today, and it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, when I got called by Chris Simmons, who normally does these ball games, and said, man, you're going to want to do this for me. I've got to go out of town. He said, they're playing Bullard. And he said, they got a guy probably going in the first round of the draft this year in June. I'm going, oh, really? He goes, yeah, he throws about 95. I said, dude, I'm there. I'd have done it anyway, but that makes it more special. And as I was coming into the park tonight, I run into the three scouts. But already looking down there, there's a lot more. And now they're getting ready for the national anthem, so we'll break for a second. All right, we're back here at Hudson getting ready for the first pitch of the game. And like I said before, beautiful evening here at Hudson. If you're not here, please watch on Next Play Sports. But if you're not here, you're missing just a beautiful night of baseball. But, of course, like I told Chris a long time ago, any day and night is a good time for baseball. So I'm kind of biased there. But you mentioned Hank Warren. He is on the mound starting for Hudson and taking his warm-up pitches, and somebody said he had already committed to, I believe, Northeast Junior College up in Mount Pleasant. A good program. They have a very good program up there. I will say this, they are in our conference, so, yeah. But I'll give them props. They've got a really good program up there.
I will say this, when Hank Warren gets going, it's nobody that's going to get a hit off of him. He stays on his cues, and when he heats up, he really heats up.
Well, what you're telling me then, probably going to be a low-scoring ball game tonight, and both pitchers are going to just bring it from the bump.
If I had to put my money on it, that's what I would probably go with.
Well, I've heard a lot about Hank from last year to this year, and it's all been great. I haven't gotten to see him pitch yet because the night I seen Hudson play, they played center the last night of the tournament, the Brandon Belt tournament. Hank didn't pitch. So, I understand it. So we're getting ready for the first pitch, and it's number 12 for Bullard, Bryce Jewell, the shortstop. And I went on Max Preps to get their stats. They don't have any. The coach didn't, no roster, no nothing. So we're just kind of winging it on their stuff. And first pitch from Warren is called strike, and you always want work ahead. So yeah, the first pitch strike, second pitch line down, just barely fair inside the line down the left field line. And Jewel goes into second base with a double to start the game.
And from what you hear from Bullitt, they are when they're on their cues, they are a very aggressive team, like they just showed there.
Yeah, that was, I mean, jumping on that inside pitch, the second pitch of the ball game like that, brings up the center fielder, number 18, Gage Wakefield. Again, I'd love to have some stats on these guys so we can talk about something else.
Oh, absolutely.
First pitch to Wakefield from Warren's little high, ball one. The first ball he's thrown. I like how Warren works ahead in the count, works kind of fast. Breaking pitch right there, swing and foul tip, strike one.
And that's absolutely one thing Hank does. He works with the rhythm. He doesn't change it up. It's at his own. He works at his own pace, and that's what helps him out a lot.
I love that. Come across too many pitchers, seen too many pitchers that think they have to. Oh, nice breaking curveball there in there for a strike two, but they think they have to work fast because they've got to, people are talking about a time limit between each pitches. No, you got the tap foul down the third base line. But to me, you've got the ball. You're in control.
Right.
Can't do anything. Nobody else can do anything because you have the baseball. So work at your pace, what you feel comfortable with. Bullard, man, they come out swing the bat. They don't act like they're afraid.
Oh,
You're
not at
right,
all.
man. That's wow, very impressive. 1-2 pitch, swing, fouled over in the Hudson dugout. Now, do you know, because this is the first high school game I've called in a long, long time, how many pitch count do the pitchers have? Is it 70 per game or?
It's 110.
110, they get 110?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay.
I had to think about that for a second. I knew it was up there past 70.
Warren delivers. Line drive into left center field. Down. Drive in 1 run. So just like that, second ball game of the inning. Start the game, top of the first. And Bullard's already on the scoreboard.
Man, they're starting to live up to what everybody's been talking about this Bullard team. They say they're very aggressive and they have a stout team.
Bullard, from what I remember about them, the last several years, they've always had a good baseball program. Now Connor Carson, third baseman for Bullard's up. He takes the first pitch from Warren, swing and a miss, strike one. And that was a very aggressive cut right there. Second pitch flies out to right field. Ashton Grissom for Hudson's underneath it. And I almost said Angelina because I've been calling Angelina ball game so long. That would have been bad. So fly ball to right for out number 1 brings up Hagan Smith. And this is the guy that everybody's come to watch. The pitcher for Bullard. Bats from the left side, and swing and a miss first pitch from Warren. Hey, he come right at him. I like it.
Yeah,
Not backing down.
Yeah, Hank is a warrior on that mound.
I know that they've already, the first two batters for Bullard base hits, but I'm gonna tell you what, I love Hank's approach.
Right.
In the way he comes in and pitches. Like I said, I haven't gotten to see him pitch this year, and man, very impressive. One and one to count. Run at first base. One out here in the top of the first. Good looking curveball.
Like
just missed probably a little bit high, but man, still that was a beautiful pitch from Warren. Runs the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch. Hit in the right field. Grissom's back under it for out number 2. And, man, there for a minute I thought they was going to get a chance to double up Wakefield at first. So 2 outs here in the top of the first brings up Riley Sharp, the catcher for Bullard.
But I have to agree with you. I love Hank's short-term memory. You need that.
Yeah.
You need
as
that,
a pitcher, oh, my God, yes. That's I've told those guys back when I was coaching, if you're pitching, you need to forget your last pitch. Just focus on the next pitch is all. If you can do that, you'll be successful, no matter how hard you throw. First pitch to Sharp, swing and a miss. Second one's right down the pipe for the called strike 2. So Hank's ahead in the count 0-2. I like, too, how he's only thrown the first twice, but it's just to me, it's looked like calm himself down, get him ready, because, like I said, he's up 0-2. Good pitch outside. Oh, delayed steal, and he's safe. Wakefield safe at second with as the delayed steal. So Bullard has a runner in scoring position here in the top of the first.
That's a good
nice, beautiful curveball broke in for called strike 3. And that'll do it for the top of the first. And Bullard had a double and a single, scores a run. So at the end of the half inning of play, it's Bullard 1, Hudson coming to bat.
Welcome back here on Next Play Sports, where the first thing is sponsored by Whataburgers, a proud sponsor of Hudson Baseball on Next Play Sports. Try their new spicy chicken sandwich today.
Whataburgers, all their food there is great. I love it.
I agree.
Colin Ross, Ashton Grissom, and Hank Warren, first three batters for Hudson here in the bottom of the first. Facing the big lefty from Bullard.
Oh, man.
Hagen Smith, first pitch, man. Woo-wee. Swing and a miss by Ross, strike one, but, man, had a little giddy up on it. I will say that.
Yeah, that baseball's coming up on him real quick.
I just heard somebody say it's 91 right now. So if he's throwing 91 his first two pitches, and both of them have been swinging and missed by Ross, he's going to get heated up
Real quick.
second inning, third inning. So he may bump that 95, 96 we've been hearing about.
Ooh.
One ball, two strike on Ross here. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Ross goes down swinging. First batter of the bottom of the first for Hudson, and it brings up the right fielder, Ashton Grissom. Young man from Bullard's got a nice, easy delivery. And he brings in another strike. That's
Looks so effortless.
first 5 pitches, 4 strikes and 1 ball.
Oof.
Maybe I jinxed him there for Hudson. I talked about it. He threw a ball.
Yeah, that one was high and away.
Yeah, 1-1 on Grissom. Look like a little either a curve. I think it was a changeup for ball 2. But whatever it was, breaking ball. Nice pitch, but outside. Oh. High heat inside, got under Grissom's hands. Swing and a miss. Makes the count 2-2. I'm telling you, this kid, very impressive.
Yeah, he's legit so far.
I can see why the scouts right here watching him. Swing and a miss by Grissom. Strike 3. 2 outs now. First 2 batters for Hudson. That brings up Hank Warren. This is going to be a great match.
I agree. Cause
Pitcher against pitcher. But Warren coming into tonight's ball game, if I can find it, batting .442 on the year. So besides being a very good pitcher, pretty decent with the stick at the plate. He looks at the first pitch called strike 1. Next pitch, breaking ball in there called strike 2. Oh, my gosh.
back-to-back breaking balls.
Yeah. Man. Not something you would think about as hard as he throws when you come up to the plate for the first time. 0-2 pitch inside, ball 1. He's back. He's up to 93 now. Yeah, he's getting loose. We don't want him to get loose, but he's getting loose. Next pitch fouled off, back out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strike on Warren. Man, all kidding aside, I love to watch baseball, whether it's my team or whatever. And this kid right now, first 3 batters, he's impressed me. Breaking pitch, line into center field, right to the center field. I thought that might have a chance to get in the gap, but no way. So Warren flies out to center field to end the inning. So at the end of 1 inning of play, it's Bullard 1, Hudson nothing. We'll come back in probably 30 seconds.
ball here on Next Play Sports. The second inning is brought to you by Johnson Pool. Johnson Pool supports the Hudson Hornets. Before summer hits, let Johnson Pools take care of all your in-ground and above-ground pool needs. Johnson Pools, hit those guys up if you want anything done with your pool.
Johnson Pools, know those guys, great people. They're Hudson people. So, yeah, go support them. They do a great work. All right, leading off for Bullard here in the top of the second be the first baseman, Brandon Taylor. We have no stats on Bullard, so couldn't tell you. But first pitch he sees from Warren, slapped into right field for a single. Courtney, you're right. Very aggressive at the plate.
I'm just watching them and just amazed.
Yeah.
It's just no slouches in this lineup. They're just all bulldogs. They come after whatever pitch they see and they like it. They're swinging away at it.
Exactly. I mean, it's unreal. Chase Randall, the batter now, the second baseman for the Panthers, takes the first pitch from Warren high and away, ball one. And you know, coming into this game, they knew Warren was our top pitcher, and he's a very good pitcher. But they're coming up here like, hey, no big deal. I mean, on the year.
Oh man, what a pitch by Hank on the outside! A breaking ball got the that batter lost his footing a little bit on that one. That was a nasty pitch.
Oh, close play at first. Pick off by Warren over there to Courtney, who's playing first base. And a nice tidbit about Mr. Courtney over there is Randall bunts it foul. 1-2's the count. I coached his dad in basketball at Angelina College.
Oh, man.
So it's starting to make me feel old. 1-2 the count on Randall. Taylor at first base for the Panthers. Warren goes back to first base. Not as close this time, but that first one, pretty close.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Hank's got a pretty nice move to first. Breaking pitch in there for called strike three. And I was finna say, if he didn't call that, oh my goodness, what was he looking for?
Hank forced you to call it.
Exactly. That was a beautiful pitch by Hank and in there for a strike. So that brings up with one out the left fielder for Bullard, David Wilson, batting from the left side. Goes to bunt, bunts it foul. Back over to first, another close play. Wow.
Oof.
Pitch into Wilson's high and away, ball one. 1-1 the count. One out here in the top of the second. Bullard leading 1-0 over our Hudson Hornets. High and outside, ball two. Swing and a miss by Wilson. Maybe we can get Hank in a rhythm here. And
oh, man.
Man, Wilson slaps the inside pitch into left field for a single. The Panthers have runners at first and second and only one out here in the top of the second. Now the right fielder, Bryson Mason, coming to the plate for Bullard.
I can tell you what, everybody that's came up for Bullard, they can swing the bat.
Yes, very great, and they're not scared. I mean, they come up with a purpose. Hank stepping off the back of the rubber there to check the runner at second. First pitch, beautiful breaking ball called strike one. Buckled Mason at the knees. You know when they do that, that's a beautiful curveball. Beautiful. 0-1 pitch. Another one called strike two. Oof. Yeah, from the looks of it. Him looking down at his coach, he wasn't expecting a back-to-back. It's 0-2. You never want to give him a fat pitch to hit. I throw it, well, I was going to say outside, but I might would have come with another breaking ball, making it outside. He might would have chased that one.
I would happily agree with you just because of how he got down on those last two pitches.
Oh, yeah, they were beautiful breaking balls. 1-2 the count on Mason. Swing and a miss, strike three. So that's 2 outs. Brings up top of the order for Bullard, Bryce Jewell, the shortstop. He doubled the first time up and scored on Wakefield's RBI single in the top of the first. Maybe those strikeouts. Another breaking ball from Warren is in there for called strike one. Maybe this is going to get him back in his rhythm now because he's looked good.
Right.
And they've hit some really good pitches. Drive up the middle, just past the diving shortstop, sending the runner from second home, and he's in safely. So an RBI single up the middle for Jewell. He's 2 for 2 now in the ball game with an RBI.
They go and get pitches. I mean, Hank has put him in the right places.
Yes.
They're just going to get those pitches.
You're exactly right, Courtney, because he went down, in the zone and just threw his bat at that one and took it right back up the box. That brings up the center fielder, Wakefield, Gage Wakefield. He had an RBI single in the first inning with runners at first and second, 2 outs here in the top of the second. First pitch to Wakefield is fouled back out of play, back over the press box. Very aggressive. Oh, my God. This is unreal. Breaking pitch. Tap back to Warren at the mound. He flips it over to Courtney at first base for out number 3. And that'll do it for the Bullard Panthers here in the top of the second as they score 1 run on 2 hits and leave 2 on base at the end of 1.5 innings of play. Bullard 2, Hudson 0. Welcome back to Gibson Field here on the campus of Hudson High School. Starting the bottom of the second, and Carson Courtney, the first baseman for the Hornets, leading it off here in the bottom of the second. He'll be followed by Colin Pitts and then Remington Rolfe.
That fastball missed low and away.
Man, he's just nasty.
Yeah, he brings it.
Left-hander for Bullard on the mound, and you see that ball tail off right at the last minute, catching the outside corner. 1-1 to count on Courtney. Courtney comes into this game batting .438 for the Hornets. Watches it look like a slider there. That was a slider, yeah. Ooh, 88-mile-an-hour slider. That's pretty nasty. Strike 2 on Carson Courtney. Pitch outside. You see right at the end how it's tailing.
Yeah, I do
and
see it.
And left-handers got that natural movement, but as hard as he throws, it's really going to, move and duck and dive, and that makes it tough on anybody. Yeah, good at bat so far for Courtney. 2-2, he fouled that one off. That was a pretty good pitch that he fouled off. 2-2 pitch from Smith. Outside, full count. And this is the first full count that he's had. Although it's just the bottom of the second, but still.
If I had to put my money on it, I knew it would probably be Carson Courtney that would
he's
force him
got
into a full count.
Great discipline at the plate. And fouls another one off down the right side there. Carson Courtney battling, doing a good job against Hagan Smith. And from what we're hearing, first round draft choice in June by Major League Baseball. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Dropped it by the catcher up, throwing, so a strikeout and 2-3 for the put out. For out number 1, but again, a good at bat by Courtney.
And that just shows you just the patience not only of Carson Courtney but also of Hank Warren, who actually did knock one into.
Oh yeah,
knock one out there pretty far.
He's the only one that's put one out into the playing field. Brings up Colin Pitts, the third baseman for Hudson. Watches low and inside ball 1, and Pitts is batting .571. He only had it looks like 9 plate appearances, but still he's made the most of it with 7 hits. So pretty nice start of a season for Pitts. Nice size young man. He's a junior.
That one on the outside.
Yep, swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Pitts. Maybe our guys are going to take a cue from Courtney, and he was pretty aggressive at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike out number 2. So through an inning and 2/3, Smith for Bullard already has 4 strikeouts. So 4 of the 5 outs at Hudson.
That's impressive.
Oh, big breaking ball to start off.
Man. Bringing the heat on the inside.
Had a little giddy up on that one. 92 we're told.
Another breaking ball to end.
Breaking ball, strikeout, and a throw out 2-3 to end the inning. And I I hate to say it, 5 of the outs, 5 of the 6 outs that Hudson has committed here in the 2 innings is 5 strikeouts. And as we get ready for the top of the 3rd, Bullard will be coming to bat, and there'll be Connor Carson leading off, Hagen Smith, the pitcher, followed by Riley Sharp, and they lead Hudson 2-0 here early on.
Back here in the 3rd inning, presented by Palmer and Ross Dental Group. Palmer and Ross Dental Group is the premier stop for any and all dental needs. I'll bring you back when we after this.
First pitch from Warren to Connor Carson, the 3rd baseman for Bullard, low and away, ball 1. Next pitch inside. So Warren falls behind in the count, 2-0 to Carson.
What a pitch. That curveball.
And then comes back, with a beautiful breaking pitch called strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. On the 3rd baseman from Bullard, Connor Carson. Ooh, pretty good looking pitch inside, just barely missed, 3-1. That was not a bad pitch and bad location. So draws a walk, the first one of the game that Warren has issued. So first batter for Bullard in the top of the 3rd. Draws a walk, brings up the pitcher, Hagen Smith. First pitch to him, and he's a big figure. What do you think, 6'2", 6'3"?
I would say about, I'd say 6'2", 6'3", maybe 6'4".
Yeah. Swing and a miss, so Warren's ahead in the count 0-1 on Smith. This is a pitcher's duel right here. Warren and Smith, and he fouls off the second pitch out of play.
Jammed him inside.
Yeah. Somebody like that, you got to get under their hands and get it, like you said, inside and just work him. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
There you go, Hank. Come after him.
That is. Hank didn't back down, come after him, and that's the 5th strikeout for Hank this game, early on. That brings up number 13, the catcher, Riley Sharp. Sharp struck out his first time at the plate. Looks to bunt. Breaking ball inside, he pulls back. Boy, they're getting early on, and they've already shown, maybe 3 times, three different batters to bunt. Very aggressive. Fly ball into right field, shallow right field.
That'll be a second out.
Yeah, Grissom under it for out number 2. So that brings up the first baseman for Bullard, Brandon Taylor. He singled his first time up in the second inning. Takes the first pitch from Warren, called strike 1 on the outside corner. That's a great breaking ball by Warren. Goes over to first, not in time, but just checking on him over there. Make sure you don't fall asleep. I'm hoping Hank's now getting in a rhythm because this innings look good. Still attempt, and he's gunned down by 5-6 foot. So attempted stolen base is thwarted.
Great job.
2-6. Yeah. And Remington Roth with a gun down to second. That was no contest right there. So at the end of 2.5 innings of play, Bullard still leads 2-0.
Welcome back here on Next Play Sports at the beautiful Gibson Field. The third inning is presented by Palmer and Ross Dental Group. Palmer and Ross Dental Group is the premier stop for any and all dental needs. Dr. David Palmer and Dr. Amy Ross excels in both general and cosmetic dentistry, as well as orthodontics. Call 639-GRIN today for your appointments at Palmer and Ross Dental Group.
Leading off for Hudson here in the bottom of the third. It'll be the second baseman, Chandler Spencer. And
I will say this, Chandler is one of our most patient batters. He's one of the most patient batters on this team.
Has 7 RBIs on the season so far, hitting from the 7 hole. Watches the first pitch from Smith, ball 1, high and outside. Swing and a miss, strike 1, and that was a pretty good cut right there by Spencer. If they take those aggressive, hard cuts like that, if they make a connection on that ball, man, it's going to zip through the infield into the outfield because he's throwing so hard. 2-1 to count now on Spencer.
Just like Hank, he barely tapped it, and that thing was gone.
It got to center field in a hurry. 2-1 pitch swung on and missed by Spencer. 2-2 now. Yeah, looking at these fans from Bullard over here to our right. I mean, Spencer tags one in the center field, but right at the center fielder. And again, that ball got out in a hurry.
Yeah, right.
He hit it good, right on the right part of the barrel of the bat, and just it hung up there too long. But man, if they'll be patient and get these pitches like that and drive them, they'll start falling. Blake Slaga, the DH, coming to bat. First pitch low and in the dirt, ball one. But what I was saying, I've been watching these fans over from Bullard, and I guess they expect a game like this from him. They're just laid back. It's not anything like, normally you see everybody, oh, come on, do this, do that. And they're just laid back, taking pictures, just.
Yeah, it's like they're expecting their team, and they know they're going to be on their A game.
Yeah. When you got this guy up there on the mound, it's ball was a little bit outside, went to the back wall. 2-1 the count on Slaga. Slaga fouls a 2-1 pitch back into the screen, 2-2. And as well as this guy is pitching, and he's an excellent pitcher. I mean, anybody can see that. Hank gave up that run in the first, gave up the run in the second, but he's never, like you said, he's got ice in his veins. He just goes to work doing his job, and to me, he's gotten better with each batter.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
And we need that, especially from your best pitcher. When you give up a run in the first inning and the second inning and you fall in the hole, he's like not bothering him. So Slaga draws a walk, man. What an a bat by Slaga. He watched the last two pitches that were really close to being strikes, but got a good eye, and he didn't waver, and he drew the walk. The first base runner for Hudson tonight.
I'm very impressed with him letting that last breaking ball on the outside.
Oh, yeah. If me, I'd have been coming out of my shoes and probably missing it by 4 foot. Brings up Tyler Dickerson, the shortstop for Hudson. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. And now we get to see, we finally got a base runner on, and we get to see what kind of pitcher he is, from the stretch here.
And Hudson is a very aggressive team on the base paths as well.
I like it. Attempted bunt is missed, strike two, so 0-2 on Dickerson now. And they might have thought that Slaga was going to try to steal because pitch was up and away. A good sign that the catcher can catch it cleanly and handle it and throw it down to second base. The 0-2 pitch just inside, ball one. Normally as a coach, I'd tell my kids, you're crowding the plate, which is good. Inside like that, turn and hit it. You need base runners, but with a guy throwing 90-something miles an hour, you throw that thought out the window. Because I've had, even in college, I've had kids look at me like, Coach, are you crazy? Man, we need base runners,
You need just like, I don't want to do that to myself.
But now as I get older, I'm thinking, you know what? That's probably not a wise thing to do.
Great eye.
Great. It should be, was it 2-1, 3-1? 3-1. Oh, 3-2, 3-2, I'm sorry. Been a good at bat by Dickerson here. Another 3-2 count, only the third one of the night so far for Smith. He goes over to first base. Not in time.
Trying to keep Slaga close.
And I like it because the more you make him worry about the runner and throw over there, it helps your batter. Slaga takes off, swing and a miss is a strikeout. Slaga with a stolen base. So Hudson has their first runner in scoring position tonight. 2 outs and brings up the top of the lineup, Colin Ross, the center fielder for Hudson.
Now batting for second, Colin Ross.
Got a little break in action, and Bullard coach and the umpire having a little discussion. See, at times like this, you want to be a fly out there where you can hear what's going on. I know when I was coaching, I used to do that, and a lot of times I wouldn't have anything to say. I just wanted to get on the nerves of the other coach and his players. But now that, I watch games, I don't coach anymore, and I call them, I'm like, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you saying? I want to know.
I mean, it's just mind games.
Yeah,
Mind games,
exactly.
The game is just as much mental as it is physical.
Exactly. You are dead on with that. Ross steps in. His second at bat of the night. Watches the first pitch miss outside, ball one. See, it's getting in that pitcher's head, too. He's got,
right.
You see his body language and everything. He's not liking it. Slogger with a pretty good lead at second. Oh. And
Got
a
him.
good move
Man.
by Smith. Pickoff move to second, and they had Slogger. That ends the inning. But Hudson, I think they got in Smith's head, the big pitcher from Bullard. They got a runner on, and they had some good cuts and a couple of good, hits. Not falling in hits, but putting the bat on the ball. And that goes a long way because you play 7 innings. So at the end of 3 innings, Bullard still leads 2-0. Welcome back to Gibson Field here on the campus of Hudson High School. First pitch from Warren to Brandon Taylor of Bullard. Ball one. Second pitch grounded to second base. He's up with it. Oh! And Carson Courtney dropped the baseball, so it'll be an error on Courtney.
It only takes a second to take your eye off of it.
Exactly, because he had it. He's made that routine play a million times, but it happens to the best.
Oh, absolutely.
So Taylor reaches by an error, and that brings up the second baseman, Chase Randall. He bunts. Sacrifice bunt moves Taylor to second base in scoring position. Randall's thrown out 2-3, or 2-4, I mean. Second baseman covering for Hudson.
Great read and execution by Remington Roth on that bunt.
Yes, it was. And he a bullet down to first base. There was no doubt he was going to get him. Brings up the left fielder for the Panthers, David Wilson.
Another bunt attempt.
0-1 on Wilson. Bullard with a runner in scoring position at second base. Pretty pitch, a little low, but still not a bad spot for Warren to miss. One pitch, foul back in the screen. Where are you going over there? I saw that. Saw that out of the corner of my eye. Hey, to this day, I still do that. Knowing it's not coming in it, but I still do that.
I mean, that's just the The athletic, the reflexes.
Natural, yeah, to get out of the way. 1-2 count.
It's better safe than sorry.
Exactly. Tapper just over Warren's head on the mound, and everybody will be safe. Taylor advances to third, and I'm going to give him an infield single because I don't think if we'd have filled that cleanly, he'd have beat it out because it's too big of a hop, big chopper.
That was a perfect hop. It was just.
So I'm going to give him a little infield single there. That brings up the right fielder, Bryson Mason, with runners at first and third and only one out here in the top of the fourth. Big swing and a miss by Mason. Good breaking ball by Hank Warren there. Second pitch fouled back in the screen. 0-2 the count. I know they have runners at first and third, but Hank has looked really good to me this inning because they haven't got anything out of the infield.
Right.
Nothing's been hit hard. Been on the ground. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Mason strikes out for the second time this game.
It just shows you the mental toughness of Hank Warren.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, you've been dead on that all night long. 2 outs here, and it brings up top of the lineup for the Panthers. Be their shortstop, Bryce Jewell. My W looks like 2 R's. Need to learn how to write. But I went to Hudson, so that probably ain't happening. Fly ball into center field. Ross is under it for out number 3. Hank gets out of a jam here in the top of the fourth with runners at first and third and only 1 out. Gets the next 2 batters with a strikeout and a fly ball to center field. So at the end of 3.5 innings of play, it's Bullard still 2, Hudson coming to bat.
This inning is brought to you by Bases Loaded. Bases Loaded is a softball and baseball academy is open to your first stop shop for all baseball needs, providing cage rental, private lessons, turf fields, and all baseball branding needs.
Good people down there at Bases Loaded. It's funny, I know nearly every one of these people that own these businesses is sponsored, and they're all good people. Ross leads off with a bunt, beautiful bunt, and he beats it out for a single. First hit of the night off of Smith for Bullard. Ross comes up with that was a huge, huge bunt. Perfect executed bunt. Laid it right down the third base line.
Yeah, there was nothing they could do with that one.
No, and Ross has got pretty good wheels, so the first hit of the night for Hudson, that brings up the right fielder for the Hornets, Ashton Grissom. Let's see if we can get something going, guys. I think we're getting in his head. And with a pitcher like that, that's what you need to do the mental part on him, you know. Another bunt attempt, low and inside. Almost got away from the catcher. Good stop by Riley Sharp, the catcher for.
We talked about Hank's mental toughness all night. We'll see if it goes the opposite way as well.
Exactly. And Hank, you've been dead on with that all night. Hank has impressed me. Yeah, we're down 2-0, but man, he is battled and look sharp.
And what I'll tell you about that, Hank will be a tough pitcher to deal with when it comes playoff time.
Oh yeah,
Just because of that.
exactly. Second pitch of Grissom's called ball 2. And again, way he breezed through the first 2 innings,
Right.
and not having any 3-2 counts, 3-1 counts, and now he's laboring a little bit. He goes to 3-0 on Grissom. A great at bat so far. Let's just hope we can continue
Can build
this.
off of it.
Yeah. Living his head rent free right now. Be a good thing for us. Ooh.
Oh, man.
3-0 pitch is a little high, but called strike 1. So 3-1 to count on Grissom. Let's see what we can do here. Ross, the runner at first base after the bunt single. Smith goes over. Now he's trying to catch his composure. That's all. Ross didn't have a very big lead. That's the only reason he went over there. And I hear our dugout. I like that. They're into it now. Try to get him rattled. Pitch bunted back to the pitcher. He fields it, goes to first base for the out. Ross advances to second base, but a sac bunt by Grissom for out number 1.
Great bunt to advance Ross into scoring position.
Yep.
Because you know what, you got two of your best batters coming up in Courtney. Warren first and then Courtney.
Yep. I was just about to say, now with Hank up here, and he put some good wood on that bat, the ball the first time up. It was a fly ball to center field, but it was a line drive. First pitch to Warren's outside, ball 1, and Smith, he didn't like that pitch.
No, he didn't.
Being called a ball. One 1-0 pitch. Hank fouls that out of play. And Hank saw that as a pitch he could drive into the outfield. And look at that huge gap in left center field.
Yeah, it's
because the center fielder's playing on the second base side of the bag out in center field, and man, there's a huge gap in left center. One count on Warren. He gets ready to take the pitch from Smith. Fouled off again. Great at bat by Warren. Yes. I mean, he's dead on that one. That was inside under his hands, and he still got the bat on it to foul it off. Great swing, great at bat just then. 1-2 the count on Warren. I know I've said this before. I'm impressed with Hank, not only on the mound but at the plate too. 1-2 pitch fouled back again. Hank staying alive, is battling. That's that pitcher mentality in him right there.
Absolutely.
You keep battling till whatever happens, but don't give up.
A little coach to coach talk here.
Uh-oh. Wonder what because they keep pointing up. I don't know if it's up here or down below us.
He's talking about pitch count.
Oh, really?
I think he thinks it jumped twice, and I may have accidentally.
Well, evidently something's going on because the umpire stepped in between the two coaches. Well, whatever it was, it's I don't know if it's settled, but they're getting back to playing baseball. Hank Warren, our pitcher's at the plate, facing Smith, the big left-hander from Bullard. 1-2 count on Hank, and like the last 3 pitches, he's fouled off. Good battle here between both pitchers. Ball outside, 2-2. Great at bat by Hank Warren.
In sports, it's always about the game of surges.
Oh, yeah. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Oof. Low and outside pitch. And Warren goes down swinging. Strike out, yeah, and out number 2. But I'm going to tell you what, a good at bat by Warren.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great at bat.
He forced him to put it in the right place.
Yes. That brings up Carson Courtney. Again, one of the leading hitters on the Hudson squad. 2 outs. Ross still at second base. Courtney taps one over to second baseman. He's up with it. Throws it over to first just in time for out number 3. But I'm gonna tell y'all what. That was a great. We didn't score, but that was a great inning by Hudson. They battled, finally got a runner in scoring position. Finally got a base hit, and they got in Smith's head for Bullard.
Agreed.
And that with a pitcher like that, that's what you need. You need to find a way to get in his head and do that. So. We're going to the top of the 5th, still 2-0.
Welcome back here on Next Play Sports. We're in the 5th inning presented by IT Enable. Computer issues, technology getting in the way. Enable can help. Our team of IT specialists can help you tackle your technology troubles and get you focused on growing your business in no time. Give us a call to schedule your technology consultation. 936-225-3329. That's IT Enable.
Top of the 5th, first pitch from Warren to Gage Wakefield. Wakefield bunts it back. Warren did a great job coming off the mound, filling that bunt cleanly, flipping it over to Carson Courtney at first base for out number 1. And you like to see that. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Hank Warren's the type of player that when you come to a game you haven't seen him play before, you're going to eventually ask, who is that?
Oh, exactly. I mean, like I said, this is the first time I've gotten to see him pitch, and I'm very impressed. Very impressed. First pitch to Connor Carson, low and outside, ball 1. But just what you talked about, his mentality. I mean, he lets nothing faze him.
No, not at all.
You couldn't – right now you wouldn't know if he was leading or behind. I mean, we happen to be behind 2-0, but you wouldn't know it because you don't see the body language or anything else.
Back-to-back
Oh,
curve.
man,
breaking pitches,
yes,
man.
and they're both strikes. So 1-2 the count. My friend Caleb Beans walking into the booth here from KTRE. He's gonna try to say he's out trying to do some work. Man, Caleb don't work. Man, he's got the best job in the world. He don't work. One-two pitch, grounded to third base, up with it, over to first. Courtney with a nice stretch for out number 2. You're scoring that at home. It's 5-3. 2 outs. And Hagen Smith, the big pitcher for Bullard, up. Smith flied out to right field his first time up and struck out the last time up. First pitch from Warren, breaking ball. Beautiful breaking ball in there for call strike 1. Oh, my God.
Out of all the batters, Hank Warren has really come at the opposing
I'm
pitcher.
telling you. Inside pitch, golfed into shallow center field. Ross calls off second baseman. He's under it for out number 3. First 3 up, 3 down inning for Warren here in the ball game. So after 4.5 innings of play, Bullard still leads 2-0. Welcome back to Hudson. Leading off for the Hornets here in the bottom of the 5th be the big third baseman who made a great play to end the inning there in the top of the 5th, Colin Pitts. Pitts has only had 1 plate appearance so far tonight. Struck out swinging his first time up. But I feel like Hudson, we have the momentum now against a really great pitcher, and maybe we're fixing to capitalize on this. First pitch to Pitts, high and inside, ball 1.
Fastball on the outside.
1-1, the count. Pitts digs in the box. Low and inside, ball 2. I'm telling you, we're getting to him. We're getting to him. Two-one pitch to Pitts. Swing and a miss. That's a good cut by Pitts.
Yeah,
Count goes to 2-2.
They're absolutely seeing the ball better.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about it. Two-two pitch. High and outside. Full count. 3 and. Oh, they called it.
Oh, they called it?
Yes.
Oh,
He
my
didn't
goodness.
signal. They called strike 3 for out number 1. I thought it was ball 3 because he never did anything. The umpire didn't.
Number 5, Remington Rock.
So that's first out of the bottom of the 5th for the Hornets, and that brings up Remington Rolfe, the catcher for Hudson. Slap down the line, out of play, foul for strike 1. That left fielder would have had if that had stayed fair, he'd have had a hard time getting to that because it wasn't hit hard enough. It was one of those tweeners, and man,
yeah.
you hate those. You hate those. For a batter, you love them, but for a fielder, man, you hate those type. 0-1 the count on Rolfe. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. Good cut by Rolfe. Oh, 2 pitch. Swing and drove
There it goes.
into the gap between short and third for a base hit. Second one of the night so far for our Hornets. Great at bat by Rolfe.
And I've seen Rolfe. He's grown since the Brandon Belt Classic, the tournament they held here. He grew as a hitter there. So if it was one guy that I said that would have got a hit, because his stock has been surging as a hitter.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, that was a great at bat by Rolfe. That brings up Chandler Spencer, the second baseman for Hudson. Spencer flew out to center field his first time up. I noticed something. The last, I think it's 3 or 4 batters Hudson's had. When Smith takes the bump, they'll call timeout and step out to mess with him. I like that. First pitch to Spencer, breaking ball on the outside corner, called strike 1. 1 out, runner at first base. Great job by Rolfe. Swing and a miss by Spencer, and I'm talking he come out of his shoes on that one. That was a great swing. 0-2 the count on Spencer, excuse me. Rolfe's at first base. Man, that was a great swing.
Yeah, he's coming after that one.
We're starting to get a lot more aggressive. I love it. 0-2 pitch, foul back out of play. Count remains 0-2. That kind of worries me as a coach. You're 0-2 and he sends that right down the middle of the plate. You don't want to throw a strike on 0-2.
Right.
And he threw that as good as he is and as hard as he throws. But still, Spencer was on that, fouled it straight back. Breaking ball outside, 1-2. That's the kind of pitch you want to see
Right.
on 0-2.
And great eye by Spencer.
Yes. Decent lead at first. He doesn't even look at him. Breaking ball down in the dirt, 2-2 the count. So Spence went from 0-2, battled 2 pitches out of play. He brought the count even at 2-2. Another good at bat by Hudson. Two pitch, fouled off into the screen, just to the right of us here in the press box.
And I've seen many battles of Spencer in pitchers. He goes to battle.
I'm gonna tell you what, he's just barely missing the sweet spot. He's got a good swing. Two pitch again. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball that was low and outside for strike 3, but a good at bat by Spencer. Made Smith throw a lot of pitches.
Right.
And that's what we've been doing the last couple innings, making him throw a lot of pitches. That brings up the DH, Blake Slaga. Blake was the first base runner for Hudson. Drew a walk back in the 3rd inning. Stole second and then was picked off to end the inning, but still good at bat for Blake. Matter of fact, he was the first batter that Smith went to a 3-ball count on. So now they're going out, call timeout. They're going out to talk to Smith. How many pitches has he thrown?
76.
I knew it was getting up there because the first 2 innings he didn't hardly have any. But these last 3, man, he's laboring out there. Yeah, he's starting to throw a lot of pitches. And I credit Kimball and what they teach at the plate here at Hudson.
Right, I agree.
And I credit our hitters too, because that's showing big discipline. And we're taking our hacks. Yeah, he's got a lot of strikeouts, but we're taking hacks and we're fouling a lot of pitches off. So the more you make him throw, the better off you're going to be.
Right.
First pitch to Slaga. Fastball inside, swing and a miss, strike 1. Not a bad cut by Slaga. Pretty good lead over at first base on a left-hander. Oh,
That one got away.
high and outside, got away from the catcher. And we go down to second base. That is Rolfe down to second on the pass ball. So Hudson again with a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the 5th inning, bottom of the 5th. Man, a base hit would do so much. Even we score this run, just that one run, if that's all we get this inning, big mental breakdown for Bullard there.
Agreed. That can turn the tides major.
Exactly. Swing and a miss by Slaga. 1-2 the count. That was just a plain old hit me if you can fastball right down the middle of the plate.
Because I'll tell you what, once one goes on the board, it could be start a wildfire.
Exactly. It just, like you say, it just starts something and it just
There's nothing that you
tumbles
can do as a
on.
pitcher
No.
once it starts.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Slaga goes down on strikes at the end of 5 innings of play. Bullard still leads Hudson 2-0.
And welcome back here on Next Play Sports. The 6th inning is brought to you by Brookshire Brothers. Good never goes out of style with Brookshire Brothers. Good people, good food, and good deeds. Brookshire Brothers is a proud supporter of the Hudson Hornets. Brookshire Brothers.
Thank you, Brookshire Brothers, as we start the top of the 6th here in Hudson. Warren's first pitch to Riley Sharp, the catcher from Bullard, is called strike 1. Great way to start. Breaking ball just misses down low. 1-1 to
missed many
count.
of those.
No, he hadn't. And I'm telling you, Warren's getting stronger as he gets the game goes.
There it
No,
goes.
beautiful breaking pitch. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. Sharp tonight 0 for 2. Strikeout and a fly out to right field. Slaps one.
Man, what a play.
Great play by Chandler Spencer. A diving play on a line drive that was going into the outfield for a single, and Spencer just laid out for it and snagged it for out number 1. Great play by Spencer. So Sharp goes down on a line drive to second base for out number 1. Brings up Brandon Taylor, the first baseman. Man, what a play. Swings the first pitch, fouled out of play into the stand or right past the stands. And saw all those people covering their heads. I never understood that. They'll cover their heads but don't move.
Yeah, that's not a good recipe.
If you're watching it, you can move. You know. Oh, good breaking pitch from Warren. Catches outside corner for strike 2. 0-2 the count. Now on Taylor. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Drop third strike, but up with it. Down to first base for out number 2. So a strikeout and 2-3 for the putout. Brings up Chase Randall, the second baseman for the Bullard Panthers.
It's just so impressive the pace that he works with throughout
Oh,
the
I
game.
know
It's constant.
It's the same as the first to now. Nothing's changed with Hank. Man, I think he's doing a great job. A great job. First pitch from Warren's swung on a miss, strike 1. I'm telling you, I can't say this enough. How impressed I am with Hank Warren. Breaking pitch, foul out of play, strike 2. 0-2 the count. And I heard somebody say he doesn't have his best stuff tonight. Hank probably knew that after the first inning.
Right.
So he become a pitcher, a real pitcher. Instead of trying to mow him down because he's usually around 88, 89.
Right.
And he's just doing his job, and he's getting better and better.
The best players can adjust to any situation.
Exactly. 1-2 pitch. Grounded to second base. Spencer's up with it. Over to Courtney at first. Digs it out of the dirt for out number 3. Another great 1-2-3 inning from Hank Warren of the Hudson Hornets. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Hudson still trailing Bullard 2-0. Welcome back to Hudson. Hornets trail here in the bottom of the 6th, 2-0. But Tyler Dickerson, our shortstop, he's going to get us. He's going to get us going. He's the first batter at the bottom of the 6th, and I just got that feeling. Looked to bunt, pulled it back, called ball 1.
Yeah, he wanted that one inside.
And I don't, if you're watching at home, I know you probably can't see the scoreboard. Hudson didn't have any hits up until the last couple of innings. This is how great a job that, in my opinion, Hank Warren's doing. He gave up those first 2 hits, the first 2 innings. Hadn't allowed another hit. The hits are tied 2-2 now. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. That says a lot for Hank Warren right there. 1-1 count on Dickerson as he fouls the second pitch back into the screen. Next pitch catches outside corner, called strike 2.
He's been living on an outside lately.
Yeah, that was a good pitch by Smith. Had a little tailing action right there at the end, but away from the right-handed hitter. Good pitch by Smith. 1-2 the count on Dickerson. Breaking ball misses high and outside. 2-2. Yeah, what I just said, that's more impressive to me because, they come out swinging, very aggressive,
Right.
getting hits, and now, 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Dickerson goes down on strikes. Brings up the top of the order, and Colin Ross. Ross had a bunt single his first time up. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Strikeout and a single. So Ross, Colin, let's do the magic again. Get another hit. I don't care if it's another bunt, and they're thinking the same thing. See the corners come in. Now if he just drive one in the gap between short and third. First pitch, swing and a miss by Ross, strike 1. And he started out, I started to say 0-2 that first time, but the last time, but it was 1-1 when he laid down that bunt. Swing and a miss. He's down to count 0-2 now. Smith has slowed down his pace too, pitching. Taking his time. Colin battling it up there. Fouls that off down the right side. Still 0-2. But before, he wasn't taking his time the last few innings. Yeah. And see, he's trying to settle down and get back in that rhythm he was the first 2 innings. Oh, 2 pitch down in the dirt. Good block by the catcher for Bullard, Riley Sharp.
I will say, once you get out of that zone, it's tough to get back into.
Oh yeah,
it.
and that's in any sport.
Yeah.
But especially baseball, because you need to be talented. Ross fouls one off down the right side, out of play. Looked like almost hit Bullard's bus out there. But in baseball, it's so mental. I mean, yeah, you need physical tools, but baseball is more mental. And, man, if you can't come back, some little thing bothers you, you're messed up the rest of the night and could be messed up the rest of the season. Next 1-2 pitch down in the dirt, 2-2. Another good bat so far by Colin Ross.
It only takes one.
Exactly. I'm glad to hear you say that. I used to say that all the time, and the kids and some of their parents and people look at me like, what? Yeah, it only takes one pitch. I mean, you don't have to. It's just one pitch. And I don't care what you do with the other one. It's just one pitch. Ross drives that one down the right field line again, out of play. I mean, he's battling.
Because, I mean, I've been blessed to have coaches that always say it doesn't matter what's going on in the game, we're chipping away.
Exactly.
Chip away.
If you get down, behind and it messes with you mentally and you don't try to do anything about it, keep going like Hank Warren's done tonight, man. He's a warrior. He is battling like crazy. Ross fouls another one back out of play. Great at bat by Colin Ross. But, Warren is just battled and it's keeping us in the ball game.
Yeah, you don't understand. One hit can lead to another one. You chip away at hits, then you start putting runs on the board. It's all about chipping away at what you're doing.
Another 2-2 pitch from Smith to Ross. Ross drives one into right field. Base hit for Colin Ross. Colin Ross is 2 for 3 on the night. He's got 2 of our 3 hits. Great at bat by Colin Ross. That'll bring up Ashton Grissom,
Now playing number 1.
the right fielder.
Grissom.
Grissom had a sack bunt his last time up, moved Colin Ross to second base in scoring position. Did a great job. One out here in the bottom of the 6th. Hudson's still trailing 2-0, but they're trying to put something together right now against Smith, big left-hander from Bullard, who some say is going to be taken in the first round of the Major League Draft in June. He has showed that potential.
Oh, absolutely. Not taken away from him. He has it.
I'm not going to take anything away from him because he's definitely got it. You always hear people say the it factor. He definitely has it. 1-0 pitch swung on and missed by Grissom. 1-1. They're still, well, at first they were thinking Grissom lay down another bunt. Third baseman backed off the grass, a little bit behind third base bag now. Middle infield playing deep. High fastball swung on a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 the count.
Outside of the outside pitches that he's been able to execute, that high fastball, he's been able to execute that pretty well.
Exactly. You know, early on he had success coming inside against us. We finally figured that out, started putting the bat on the ball, and now he's been, like you said, he's been going outside and he's been successful in that. Inside fastball misses. 2-2 the count. Ross, the runner at first base for the Hornets. Grissom at the plate.
It's a great eye.
Yes, it was. Low and outside. Ball 3. Full count. That was a great eye because that was so close to take with 2 strikes. A good at bat by Grissom. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3. So 2 outs here.
That was a good pitch to take a hack at. He gave it to you.
Yes, it was. Did a good job there. So 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 6th.
The coaches and mound visit, especially with Hank Warren coming up.
Yeah. Our warrior, Hank Warren, not only on the bump, but at the plate too.
I will say this. I don't think he wants to give that last pitch that he gave to Hank.
No.
He wants to give that to Hank Warren.
And I bet that's what that coach is going out there talking about.
Don't give this guy any cookies.
Exactly. Because Warren, like we said earlier in the game, Warren coming into this contest batting .442. That's no slouch.
At all.
I mean, that's big time number right there. So 2 outs, runner at first for Hudson, still trailing 2-0 to Bullard. First pitch to Warren just outside, ball 1. And I will say this, because he's a left-hander and got natural movement, that ball would, if it had been a right-handed pitcher, it had been a strike because at the last moment it tailed away from the plate. Second pitch, right down the middle of the pipe, called strike 1. 1-1 the count on Warren. Ross still the runner at first. Ball gets by the catcher. Up high. Pitch was up high and outside. Ross goes down to second. So Hudson has a runner in scoring position again with 2 outs.
Second time tonight on that same exact pitch.
Last inning did the
Yeah.
same thing. You're right. Exactly right. Good call. Good catch. And we got Hank Warren at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike on him. Man, base hit, scores Ross. Oh, swing and a miss, strike 2. That was a good cut by Warren.
Yes, it was.
Deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball way outside, ball 3. Another 3-2 count on Hank Smith. Or Hagen Smith, Hank Warren at the plate for Hudson. Pitch swung on and missed, and he put some giddy up on that one.
Yeah, he did.
He got back and brought the heat then. So that will end the bottom of the sixth for Hudson. Even though we had a runner at scoring position, Bullard still leads 2-0. Welcome back to Hudson's Gibson Field. Going into the top of the seventh. This is it, guys. Bullard leading 2-0 as they start the top of the seventh. And our warrior on the mound, Hank Warren, still battling for Hudson. And even though we're behind 2-0, he's pitched a great game. A great game. Leading off for Bullard here in the top of the seventh is their left fielder, David Wilson. First pitch to him is ball one. He slaps the second pitch out into right field. And Grissom's there for the putout. So 2 pitches to the first batter at the top of the seventh, and you get an out. Gotta love it.
Still holding that pace strong.
Oh, he is. To me, he's getting stronger. He's getting stronger pitching-wise. That brings up the right fielder for Bullard, Bryson Mason.
Bucking him with that breaking ball again.
Beautiful breaking ball, strike one. Yeah, when they buckle, they have no clue what it was going to be, and it just takes the wind out of your sails. Comes back with another one, a little bit inside. He'd have got that 2 more inches toward the plate. Been a beautiful strike. Because the batter was already turning his back on it.
Absolutely.
Because he wouldn't have seen it. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Great location by Warren. Low and outside fastball. Great job. Breaking ball. Swung on and missed. Gets away from the catcher. He comes up. Gets it.
And makes it.
And Carson Courtney scoops one out of the dirt for the strikeout and put out for out number 2. Great job by Carson Courtney.
Great execution and throw by Remington Robb. He didn't have much time to make it, but he took his time and made it.
What helped, and I can tell, and again, this is the first time I've seen him, he planted it. He didn't get in that big of a hurry. He planted his feet before he threw it.
Right.
And he's balanced. And that means the world. You see a lot of them trying to hurry it, and they'll be off balance, and that's why they sell it out in the right field and everywhere else. First 2 pitches from Warren to Bullard's Bryce Jewell is 1-1. Oh, good fastball. Caught the outside corner, called strike 2. That may have been one of Hank's hardest pitches he's thrown all night.
I would have to agree with you on that.
That had some pop on it. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball out in the dirt. Ball 2, and a great job of Rolfe covering that up, blocking it outside. 2-2 the count. Got deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th.
Oh, man.
2-2 pitch.
That's
nasty,
disgusting.
nasty curveball by Hank Warren. That should be outlawed right there. That should be against the law right there because that is such a great curveball.
Get him on the phone quickly.
Exactly. So that ends the top of the 7th. Hudson got one last try to either tie it or win it here in the bottom of the 7th as they trail Bullard 2-0. Leading off for the Hudson Hornets here in the bottom of the 7th as they trail 2-0 to the Bullard Panthers is our first baseman, Carson Courtney. And Courtney just made a great play scooping the ball out of the dirt at first base for the 3rd out. First pitch is down in the dirt, ball 1. And we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Bullard Panthers is Bryce Jewell. As it looks like Smith moves from the bump over to first base to finish out this 7th inning. Next pitch to Courtney. High and inside, ball 2. This may be what we need right here.
Because this batting lineup for Hudson has only gotten better as the game has gone
Oh,
along.
yeah. Most definitely. 3 balls in a row now to Carson Courtney. If I was a betting man, I'd say he's got the take sign on this one. Just saying. (3-0) pitch to Courtney. Little high, but come across the letters, called strike 1. 3-1 the count. This pitch right here, you know he's got to come with a strike, but you still also got to be careful and have a good eye. And Courtney sends one down the right field line out of play. Pretty deep down the line, out of play. So count goes to full on Carson Courtney, 3-2. Now's the time you shorten up your swing, just try to put the bat on the ball. 3-2 pitch. Grounded to third base. Third baseman fields it over to first.
That was high.
Oh, it's high,
but
but
he got his man.
Hagen Smith, the pitcher, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
If he hadn't been over there, they wouldn't have got Courtney. So 5-3 on the putout for out number 1. That was a good stretch by Smith over at first to save that.
That's one of the ways
Out.
that height can come into play.
Exactly. So that brings up our third baseman for Hudson, number 17, Colin Pitts. Boy, I thought we was fixing to get one there. Really did. First pitch to Pitts, inside, high and inside, ball 1. Man. It's not over. We still got 2 outs to play.
Pitts is a guy, if he gets a hold on one, he can sell.
Yeah, he looks like a big, strong kid. Takes that and foul out of play down the right field line. Not a bad swing right there. One pitch from Jewell. Catches outside corner, called strike 2. See what we can do here, Mr. Pitts. 1-2 pitch. Foul back in the screen, way to hang. 1-2 remains the count. One-two pitch. Breaking ball called strike 3.
That's a good pitch.
Yes, it was. Very good pitch. Very good pitch. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 7th. I just heard somebody say 2-run rally, and I'm all for it. Brings up our catcher, Remington Rolfe.
Keep fighting. You never know what'll happen.
Exactly. Rolfe's 1 for 2 tonight. Had a single his last at bat. Keep it rolling with 2, Mr. Rolfe. He tried with that cut right there. Swing and a miss, 0-1. That was a good cut. Low and outside, ball 1. I will say this. Jules come in relief this inning. He's done a good job.
Yeah.
He throws good. Obviously, he don't throw as hard as Mr. Smith.
Right, absolutely.
Hardly anybody does
No.
in the country. 1-1 pitch called strike 2.
I looked inside.
Yeah, high and inside. But nevertheless, umpire calls it a strike. But as a hitter, going from facing something 93, 92, 93, 94 miles an hour to something, mid to low 80s, it's a big adjustment. Rolfe fouls that one off to stay alive, 1-2. And when you see something that hard the whole game, and then the guy comes in not throwing nowhere near that, it's a big adjustment.
Yeah,
it takes.
And that's just in any sport. I mean, if you can change speeds, whether
Exactly.
it's with your movements or whatever you're doing, you're tough to guard or tough to deal with.
You're exactly right. 1-2 pitch. Slapped into right field for a base
There
hit.
you go.
A 2-out single by Rolfe into right field keeps Hudson alive.
Like I said, Rolfe's his hitting stock is rising.
Oh, yeah, he's 2 for 3 now in this game. That brings to the plate our second baseman, Chandler Spencer, who made a phenomenal play a few innings ago on a line drive that I thought, and I think everybody else in the stadium thought it was a line drive hit into the outfield, into right field. He laid out for it and snagged it for an out, and that, man, just a phenomenal play. First pitch from Jewell to Spencer called strike 1 on the outside corner.
It's always those effort plays that'll get you out of your seat.
Oh, yeah. Second pitch way outside, ball 1.
I will say one thing: you better paint. You better paint it.
Oh, yeah.
Because Spencer's not going to go for anything that's.
No, he's got a good eye. You're right. He got a great eye. High and inside at breaking pitch. Didn't break like he wanted it to. 2-1 the count now on Spencer. Two-one pitch. Ooh, he hold back. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he
did
did
not go. 3-1 now the count. Great at bat by Spencer here.
Spencer's another guy that can get into your head, especially with just his great eye.
Jules thrown 3 straight balls to Spencer now. 3-1 the count with 2 outs. Ball 4. Hudson has runners at first and second here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And that brings up Blake Slaga, our DH.
Now batting number 15, Blake Slaga.
All right, Blake, just a little base knock here.
If you're Bull, you want to keep everything in front of you.
Oh, yeah. You see how the outfield moved in, especially center field and right field. Now, left fielder, I guess he's out there reading those signs on the outfield fence in left field, but he's the deepest one. He's almost to the warning track. And the center fielder and right fielder are playing shallow. They don't realize Blake's got some pop in his bat.
I said Blake has put it out of here before.
Yeah. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Hudson trailing 2-0, but they have runners at first and second. Blake Slaga at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
It's a good cut. You just got to be patient.
Yes, it was.
With this pitcher.
Oh, 1 pitch. No, they go to second, try to pick him. Pick Rolf off and not in time. Yeah, I thought it was going in. I thought it was going in center field.
That was great play by the shortstop.
Yeah,
to
it
keep
was.
that in front of him.
Rolf with another big lead there at second base. Jules steps off. Didn't like what he saw, I guess. Sign from the catcher. Rolf getting another big lead, and he should get a secondary with the pitcher going to the plate. He steps back and he gets a secondary. Outside, ball 1. One pitch to Slaga. Ooh, that was high, but they called strike 2. Wow. 1-2. The count on Slaga here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Hudson trailing 2-0 to Bullard. I don't know, 1-2 pitch up high and inside, 2-2. I don't know why they keep worrying about Rolf at second base, because he's only 1 run. The tying runs hit first.
At first.
And the pitcher's worried about him. Let him score if it is a base hit. You just don't want the guy at first scoring. And they're worrying about Rolf at second. I don't understand.
They're worried about him again.
I don't understand. And to me, that's taking your pitcher's mental game away from him. Who cares about the runner at second base? I mean, I do, because I want him to score. But I mean, if you're Bullard, why worry about him? Two-two pitch. Tap to third base. Third baseman catches, steps on the bag for a force. Third out of the ball game, and Bullard comes away with a hard-fought 2-0 victory over our Hudson Hornets. And I'm just going to say this: I'm impressed with their big left-handed pitcher, Hagen Smith. He's good, but our guy Hank Warren only gave up 2 hits. Those were in the first 2 innings. After that, he was lights out. They scored the 2 runs the first 2 innings. Couple in the third and the fourth, he had runners at first and third and first and second with 1 out and battled out of it without them getting a run. To me, I know I hated when I coached, hated moral victories, but this is a victory for Hank Warren and our Hudson Hornets, because they kept battling, did a great job. Man, very proud of them. Again, hats off to Hagen Smith, the pitcher from Bullard. He finished the night with 13 strikeouts, and it was a quiet 13 strikeouts. Yeah. It wasn't, that you go, oh my God, he struck out another one. I had to look down a while ago and I go, hey, wait a minute, there's a lot of K's there, but he did his job. He did a great job. But in my mind, Hank Warren outpitched him, even though we're on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
I would have to agree with you. I mean, he's going to be an awesome player when he goes on.
Oh,
hopefully he's probably is going to get picked in the first round just because of his raw talent. And how he controls the ball, especially to start off the game. He kind of slowed down late in the game, but just the rhythm of Hank Warren, he has a pace about him. Once he gets in the zone, it's nobody that can stop him, especially from a good hitting team like Bullard. Couldn't get past him past those first 2 innings. And so I'll tell you one thing, Hank Warren's going to be a scary, scary pitcher, like a under-the-radar scary pitcher when it comes playoff time.
I was going to say, by the time the playoffs roll around, I mean, I wouldn't want to face him now, but especially in the playoffs,
yeah, he's gonna be a scary pitcher.
Yeah, it's going to be unreal. Guys, man, I've had fun. This is the first ball game I've broadcast in over a year, because at AC we did away with not did away with sports. We suspended sports this year. I want to shout out to Chris Simmons for giving me this chance. I wasn't on top of my A game tonight. It's just because I'm not familiar with Hudson or Bullard. But you know what? I battled through. I kind of like Hank Warren. I just battled through and tried to do a good job, and I hope I did. Chris, thank you for this opportunity. And be safe when you're traveling back to Texas, and we'll talk to you when you get back, man. And again, y'all did great, man, phenomenal. I'm not saying that just to tell y'all that. I really mean that. Y'all did a great job. Again tonight, the final from Hudson's Gibson Field. Hudson falls to Bullard, 2-0. Y'all got any last words?
I mean, it was a joy. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, like I always tell Chris, this crew right here, we got your back. I mean, it doesn't matter how you're feeling, we always got your back.
You're exactly right. So, y'all did a phenomenal job, man. I appreciate y'all.
Oh, absolutely. It was a fun night. We absolutely enjoyed it, but don't we want you to check us out as we go into district play. Hudson is going to have to go up against some great teams, as in Carthage, who is a team that's been ranked in the state this year.
And they're in our district.
Yeah, and Rusk as well. So it's going to be some great baseball down the stretch. So stick with us, and we're going to bring you some great content. And we're also going on the road. So we'll have the video broadcast here at home along with the radio. But on the road, it'll just be audio. So be ready for that in district play. So
cool.
We love
Good
you guys.
deal.
We love bringing this action to you. So we're out here at Next Play Sports.
All right. Thank you.